I am not super familiar with the Warhammer universe. I think I was introduced to it. The first game ever was Vermintide 2, out of all the games. And then slowly Darktide came after it, and I enjoyed it very much. And Owl Games, the company that developed this game, made two Pathfinder games that I enjoyed a lot. And then when I heard that they're doing this game, I was like, Warhammer's just slowly growing on me, and I'm becoming very fond of the franchise. I won't lie. It's full of testosterone. It's so badass with the Space Marines and shit like that. You know? And the thing that sold me completely was there's this cutscene that, well, 5 videos rather, made by this one guy who's really good with animation. And I looked at those videos and immediately I was sold. If this thing was a movie, I would fucking watch it. And if I had an audience right now more than 2 that are very quiet, I would take some time off and show the video to you people. But we have a lot to do in the game. Not a lot of engagement going on right now, so I'm gonna just push through. Yeah, back to the game. After analyzing the ogre data, the officers were surprised to discover that the planet was once covered with oceans long ago. An unknown cataclysm caused the seas to dry out and turned the world into a lifeless desert. The most amazing discovery of all was the skeletal remains of colossal oceanic organisms, some large enough to be seen from orbit. Life is fragile even for creatures this enormous. And that was that. Kinda disappointing, but... Alright, well. Next. Oh shit. I forgot about this also. We have an event in our capital. So... let's go back to it. And then hit up these locations. Okay. If we do this event, the reason why I'm prioritizing it, now that I remember it, is it gives us a shit ton of navigation points, giving us the opportunity to chart paths even more. And I totally forgot about my projects. I should pay more attention. I think the reason why is because I am still missing mechanisms. Something I don't know where to get yet. Profit factor. The rogue trader has been contacted by a high-ranking administratum official who previously helped with reclaiming a relic of Saint Cognatus from House Corda. He enjoyed the generous bribes and would like some extra more. In exchange for the riches requested, he promises that an error will creep into the administratum's calculations so that all provisions from the agri-world of Mercus Alpha will be shipped to Darkonis instead of the Navy's orbital fortress of Darkonis 2. I don't really know what any of this does to the future of the plot, but I am gonna do it. I need the profit factors. Decree of diligence. All we get is more provisions, extra efficiency, but we lose complacency. Something I don't want to fuck with just yet. I really need these medkits. Where can we get this? I've been exploring for a while now, quick save, or manually save. Then we send our usual team. It's a long walk. I wish there was a way to hide my helmet, because I'd like to have my glorious beard in the game show, you know? This is just vanity stuff speaking right now, but if I right click it, what sucks about it is it hides the beard, you know? I'm sorry, this is gonna be stupid, but I just want to see if it's an option that is doable. Hide helmets. This orange button is the outfit settings button, which opens up an additional menu that could alter the character's appearance beyond equipment and different armors. Below the color scheme will be the show helmet option, and turning it to the off setting will prevent. Okay, it is an option. Holy crap. Is it here? Wow. Yeah. Fuck yeah, there we go. Then could also hide the backpack. And we can do colors? Really? There we fucking go. Alright. I did not know that was an option. Cool. Alright. I also hate his helmet, so I'm gonna fucking do that. There we go. She looks badass. She could keep the helmet on, so. Now, kind of looks more fitting, right? Fits the picture, I'd say. Your Lordship, I hope your stay on Dargonis will be beneficial to your physical and mental state. I understand that the heir to the Protectorate must have his hands full, but one shouldn't forget about the rest. Oh, I have another thing also. Jay's side quest. I need to certify this Mercatum Tabula Officiale. Could it be that you found the lost seal, your lordship, or have you perhaps brought a copy from a distant winter scale world? We'll just give it to her. This is, without a doubt, the Administratum seal from Winterscale's realm. But why is it the original and not a copy? I think I understand. Well, the laws of the Imperium do not prohibit heirs of the other houses from using the seal in times of need. I will order to have servants of the machine cult create a duplicate so as to avoid such embarrassing predicaments in the future. Yeah, you do that. So, is it certified? I guess so. Let's meet with House Orsilio. Return to the palace. We'll have to take Jay with us and sort that out. Make arrangements for a reception worthy of the refined taste of the Navis nobilite. Yeah, sure. Oh. That's not ideal. Every profit factor is needed, dear. What the fuck? Alright, fuck it. We'll be fine. We still have so much ground and stuff to do in the game. By the end of it, we should have 180, or lucky enough, maybe 200. Which should cover all the items that I should find useful. Already I'd say we have the essentials, but I'd like a better heavy armor for my main guy. Better stuff for Cassia. And God knows what else the game hides for Argenta, but I think she's set. Maybe towards the very end of the game there's a better sniper, but that's about it. The esteemed representatives of the Navis nobility have arrived at the rogue trader's court. The regent of the house Orsilio, Oronto Orsilio. His companions, Lady Glyceria Orsilio, Navigator Liso Simon Orsilio, and his intended bride, Lady Navigator Alexandrina Orsilio, Elena, and Dinax. Dinas. A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with them milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move. Okay, I know how that feels. As for the navigator's flesh has detached from his bones, an unsightly hole mars the regent's face. Is this a typo? I think it should say marks the regent's face, where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with spiky growths. Rogue Trader, on behalf of the House Orsilio, we would like to express our immense satisfaction at this meeting and our gratitude for the warm welcome. Yeah, it cost me a profit factor. It pleases us to know there are still lords in the Coronis Expanse who observe etiquette and traditions of hospitality. And yet this is not why we are here. Our grace is obliged to note how much the Rogue Trader has done for House Orsilio by protecting its beloved child. We waited for many turns to behold her radiant visage. Come now, child. There is much we need to discuss. Cassia steps forward, but then stops and looks at you. Yeah, we'll just nod.
Esteemed Regent, it pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of gold and turquoise above your brow. It is thanks to the efforts of the Rogue Trader that I stand here today, and there is so much I want to do or tell you. But what is it you desire to hear most?
We know what happened to at the station, child. Your connection to the Atlas has grown strong. We felt the turmoil in your soul, and the events that transpired have shaken us. House Orsilio is deeply grateful to the Rogue Trader for the destruction of the saboteurs, and we are willing to reciprocate such magnanimous gesture. We trust that a treaty of friendship and alliance underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity will suffice. Now come, child. It is time we depart for your new home so that we may finish what we started.
Esteemed Regent, perhaps I could continue my education while I still accompany the Rogue Trader on his travels. Just imagine how much I could learn beyond the bounds of,
Cassia notices the regent's furious glare and falls short. I think I'm doing a good impression with with their voice. It feels that way, but probably the cringe level of most people is beyond 9,000 right now. But fuck it. Let's do it. Cassie, I would be honored if you decided to stay. I dare not refuse the will of House Arcelio's regent. Obviously, I want her to stay. I want to navigate this with the ship, right? We need a navigator. Regent Aranto. Unthinkable. Why is he so offended?
Don't just stand there. Help the rogue trader defend the child and the palace.
That's appreciated.
Down with Tisiphone's tyranny! Kill the girl!
Shit's going south. Okay. I think I'm gonna skip it. The game might have bugged. But we get the gist of it, you know?
Rome for the faithful.
None of you shall survive!
So aggressive. Okay. Well, I'd like to stack them up as usual. So this might do. It's freaking cold. I'm just gonna turn the fan off real quick. Okay. Let's buff her to the max.
Already done.
Alright. And for some reason, once again, we can't use this. I don't know why. So instead, we will burn them alive. Alright, it's something at least. And only one was stunned in the process. Uh-oh.
Pain of this mortal flesh means nothing.
Weather the storm!
They have a lot of health. I just noticed. I think it's best to take care of the navigator first. This hit is prevented. Okay, we don't want that, obviously. Not until we clean the house up.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Put some bounties,
Down to the weak.
and then let's do this.
As
I think
the
we have
Emperor
enough
says,
actions.
Emperor,
Claim the bounty.
faith without deeds is worthless.
No.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Should have kept it for the last shot.
Doubt is for
Alright. We built decent momentum. We don't have an ult, but we have a lot of bonus health.
Stay vigilant.
onward!
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Moving out!
You motherfucker. Alright, you stun me and I stun you. Yeah.
If I may,
He is stunned, but once we get an ultimate, I'd like to get the willpower buff out of the way. I guess we just debuff them. I'm trying to get the most There was a position where it was 3 of them, wasn't there? God, that's annoying. Okay, fine.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I can't buff anyone relevant, so I'll just give it to him.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Enjoy. He is stunned though.
Get to the heretics!
I must not falter.
Okay, just had a frame rate issue. Oh shit, totally forgot about Heinrichs. Okay.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Let's get more resolve,
Glory.
deflection,
Lord Captain.
strength,
I'm a member.
damage,
I won't object to it. No,
everything. Okay.
not sanctioned to do this.
Can't really reach anything relevant, so he is not stunned. Alright. Come on, bro.
Emperor
Are you
protect me.
serious? That's annoying.
How dare you?
God damn.
Follow my lead.
A stun fiesta. Okay.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Since she's been the only one capable of playing this fucking combat, then I can potentially stun all of them and get to
I
fucking
have
play,
read
yeah?
tomes of military tactics.
Just do a double. Waste of a lot of momentum. But it is what it is. Why can't I hit him anymore? There we go.
If I may, you don't frighten me.
I can't reach him, unfortunately.
Weapon at the ready.
Every time we switch to her, I get frame rate issues for some reason. Finally, we get to play. So,
Nothing I can't do.
just gonna put my Commissar debuff on someone. We might even kill him. 126. God damn, bro.
All too easy.
Okay,
Suits my purposes.
just gonna burn myself,
Rejoice in service.
make it permanent, then move in. Do we have Air of Authority on you? Nope.
Already done. I'll bring glory to my bloodline.
Alright. Not as close as I'd like to be. Bummer. Okay. Oh man, gonna hit everyone, but fuck it.
I won't suffer this.
Why not? I'm on fire.
Cannot comply.
Okay. Let's do one of these.
Another step towards our ultimate victory.
Don't keep me.
Is it?
I am but a vessel for the higher purpose. And so shall it be done.
Okay. And now
My enemies will be
we get to
crushed
do this.
like dust beneath my feet.
Fortunately, we can't get close enough to use all of our melee actions. The warrior ultimate only allows you to
The Emperor
use melee
commands.
stuff, so instead I'm gonna do this. Oh, okay, I was wrong. Alright, well, safe to say
The navigator is coming.
that we are done anyway, so
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
okay. Since we ulted, we don't have an angle on her. 6%. Okay, instead we're gonna buff people.
Not a problem for me. Not my specialty.
Can get closer. Still 6%. I don't understand why. We still landed a hit. Pitiful damage, but that is fine.
Nothing I can't do.
Alright, Pascal, can you at least debuff?
Request approved.
Okay, we'll just do this then. How about one of these?
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Okay. And we are done, I think.
And so it shall be done.
No. Surely.
May the divine's will be done.
There we go. Mercy, the Lady Navigator covers her face with her disfigured, scaly hands, each with an extra finger, and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly that of your servants, and several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. Rogue traitor, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a monster that is cunningly pretending to be an innocent maid. Spare me, and I, Elena, Heteria, Orselio, will swear to tell you the whole truth about the madness that is devouring House Orselio like a malignant tumor. Do not let the regent deceive you with the honeyed lies, lest the cursed child ruin your protectorate as well. Sentence her to death, or just hold a trial, I think. Your fate will be decided during the trial. Yeah, let's go with that. Thank you for your lenience, rogue trader. Well, the unnatural, bulbous eyes of the navigator constantly shift between you and Cassia. Black secretions run down her cheeks instead of tears, leaving unsightly streaks. I, Elena of House Orselio, swear to tell the rogue trader nothing but the truth. May the God Emperor be my witness. And then Arantor replies with pathetic. Regent Arantor, representatives of your house made an attempt on Lady Cassia's life and attacked a rogue trader. Rogue Trader House Orselio humbly asks you for your lenience and forgiveness. We could not even imagine these vile rats could be scurrying around among our ranks. As for them sneaking into the rogue trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be our witness, the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. Be that as it may, you are responsible for the actions of your people. Give me one good reason not to execute you on the spot. Come now, Regent, you proved your innocence. How do I know your words are not just another trap? I mean, if I was attacked, I'd probably be pissed and ask this question. You do not want a war with the Navis nobility house. Rogue trader, we could achieve much more as allies. House Orsilio is an injured party in this, just as you are. The renegades infiltrated our ranks, weakened us, implicated us before the rogue trader, and almost killed the most precious thing we have, our noble child. Do you really think we wish death upon the one who is destined to lead our house to greatness? We are ready to tell you everything we know, so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Okay, tell me more about the renegades. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our great house, so carefully nurtured by the previous navigator Tisiphon Orsilio. They deem the century of her rule a tyranny, and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. Fools! If the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole of the House Orsilio would fall into oblivion. Why do the renegades seek to destroy the house's relic? They dread her power, for only a Novitor can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. Why are people trying to kill Lady Cassia? Everyone in the house knows the child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which one belonged to our great Novitor Tisiphon Orsilio. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Tisiphon abdicated her responsibilities and set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Okay. What do you know about Cassia's unbridled power? A special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we learned to prevent most outbursts as long as the child remains calm and remains in the seclusion. The powers cannot take hold of her mind. Alright. I think I have heard enough. The Regent acknowledges your words with a nod and waits for you to continue. I would like to speak to the Regent again. No, we should ask the assailant, Elena. I do not know what it is you wish to learn, but I will start from the very beginning. A long time ago, Tisiphon ascended to the throne of Orsilio. She was a daring novitor who brought part of the house to the expanse. Hoping to strengthen our position in the Imperium, the house prospered, but Tisiphon was never satisfied. She went mad in her pursuit for power, seeking more influence, more control, and she saw enemies everywhere, even among her loyal followers. Paranoia was slowly driving Tisiphon insane, and one day she created the Starway Atlas, a relic that is implanted in our bodies at birth, a noose around our necks, our gift and our damnation. Tisiphon used the Atlas to control us, subdue our will, and mold our thoughts. If anyone put a toe out of line, she killed them with a glance. At first, many branches of House Orsilio tried to resist her tyranny, and Tisiphon cut them down with extreme brutality. For example, the entire Sethala branch was destroyed simply because its leaders asked too many questions about the Atlas and wanted to know the truth about its creation. I understand Tisiphon's transgressions, but what does any of that have to do with Lady Cassia? Tisiphon passed her Atlas on to her successor before fleeing the house. To a newborn, we could not surrender the throne to the tyrant's creature. Tisiphon was cunning and treacherous. She must have attached or hatched the entire plan beforehand. Her disappearance, the child, the transfer of the leash. We feared that one day she would be reborn in Cassia's body, and we could not let that happen. You called Cassia a monster because of Tisiphone's atlas. Duh. I don't like to ask stupid questions. Why didn't you attack before? Why now? Tisiphone always had plenty of opponents, but we were afraid to trust one another. Any of us could be spying off for her followers. We saved our strength and dealt the first blow 5 years after the heir was born. Strike in one of the estates on Irtivai, but the girl survived. The Regent Oronto hid her so far away and guarded so thoroughly it took us another 13 years to find her. And then another 2 to get into the Regent's good graces and reach Uruk 5. Now Cassia is in the spotlight, and the House Council is about to put her on the throne. Surely there is no better time to cut off the serpent's head? Question mark. Okay, we've heard enough. I think I'm ready to deliver judgment. Cassia watches you closely, holding her hands in a gesture of prayer. We can dismiss all her charges. We can condemn her, find her guilty of the attempted murder of Lady Cassia and the attack, obviously. I find both sides of Orsilio guilty. That would be very retarded of me, I would say. So, anyway. You call this a fair trial? Ridiculous. Everyone here is rotten to the core. All of you are heretics and madmen. Curse you. Curse you. Lady Cassia, I ask you to do your duty as the custodian of the Atlas of House Orsilio. We don't have high persuasion. I'd like the extra XP, but I thought there would be like a dogmatic option somewhere. We can turn her into a servo skull, or we could turn her into a servitor. I sent this lady Elena to 2,000 years imprisonment in the dungeon of the Von Valencius dynasty. I mean, all these fates suck, and as far as I know, my first playthrough, I think I put her in the dungeons. Never really heard from her again. I thought if I did so, it would like show me what happened in the future, or like somehow impact the story. It did not. So, for the sake of laughs and giggles, I'm going to turn her into a server skull. Unthinkable. It would be a disgrace for House Orsilio. We urge the rogue trader to reconsider the sentence. How is this not a grave insult to the Navis nobility? Alright. I was just trolling. Chill. We will just execute her. What an honor. I must give credit where credit is due, and the least you bothered to listen to me. Good luck with the monster, rogue trader. Thanks. Rogue trader, allow me to ask what fate awaits the esteemed regent and the other members of the house. Well, we dismiss the charges. It pleases us to know that the enemy's schemes failed to harm relations between our dynasties, but tell us, what future awaits House Orsilio and the Von Valencius Protectorate? Let us sign a treaty of friendship and alliance between our dynasties. I wish to help solve their current problems. What about an exchange of culture and technology? Sounds good. Theodora von Valencius was a very open-minded woman, but sagacious Tisiphone did not support many of her endeavors. And neither should we. We are afraid House Orsilio will have to refuse the rogue trader's offer. I just spared your life, my guy. Okay, how about a treaty? There we go. This is what I wanted from the start. 15 navigation points. With great pleasure, our emissary will contact yours and deliver the scrolls for your signature and seal. May the Emperor bless the new alliance. We could discuss her future. As we said earlier, the child must return to the fold of her house. We hope you will be gracious enough to acquiesce. I guess that's how you pronounce this. I am not sure. There are traitors in your midst. Would the Lady Navigator not be safer under my protection? This is the most reasonable thing to say, but I don't have the stats to pull it off. I do have coercion, but it's not high enough. I will give my consent if I'm furnished with another navigator, otherwise Cassia will remain under my contract until her contract expires. Cassia has no need of your tutelage as the future navigator. She will handle the issues her house is facing on her own. Under the Expanse law, the payment for rescuing the Lady Navigator was a contract obliging her to serve on my ship. Okay. Under pirate law, rogue trader, we thought you a man of honor. How about this? Calderon, says the regent vaguely, gesturing at his entourage, is henceforth bound to you under a new contract on behalf of House Orsilio. Come on, dude. Say your farewells, child. Should you ever see the rogue trader again, it will be as the novator of House Orsilio. Do I lose her? Rogue trader, I will occasionally permit myself to reminisce about our voyages shrouded in azure mists and pink sparkles. Farewell? Motherfucker. No. No, no, no. Seriously? We get to customize our own? And he's an operative and not an officer, nonetheless. Could make a custom one. No, dude. No way. I'm sorry. We're redoing this. We are redoing this. I refuse to hand her over. She is too valuable. She also took my fucking loot. Okay, let's try a persuasion check. We failed it. Let's try a coercion one. We succeeded. There's no need to spill noble blood, rogue trader. We are outnumbered and understand our position all too well. We will take our leave of you for now, only for now. But try to hide the child from us in the future and there will be trouble. Okay. That's, for me, a more ideal resolution. So.